Happy first week of November. Second week? First week? First weekend of November. Hope you're all doing well. I just got back from the Asian grocery place and thought I'd show you a bit of what I picked up for the weekend. Now, let me know if you're the type who gets bits and bobs of food and groceries throughout the week, or do you do like one big shop on a weekend or like on a designated day, so then the rest of the week you just eat what you got and eat from the pantry. I am most definitely a once a week shopper. I think part of that just from, you know, when I lived with my parents and that's how they did it. It just seems to be the most time conserving way to do things. So I came back from the, like I said, the Asian supermarket. Didn't get too many things. I already have a couple things in my fridge left over, but I needed to like replenish some stuff and definitely pick up some very Asian specific ingredients and, you know, pantry things. So I'm gonna show you what I got. Since I have to go and put everything away anyways. So first thing I have, they're calling this, what do they call it? I think they call it an onion, but really it's practically a leek. It's giant, but probably a little bit smaller than the leeks you would find at other Canadian supermarkets. So got one of these. Side note, this like Asian Mart is definitely not cheap, but they have fairly good variety of greens if you're willing to pay up a bit. I've kind of stopped going to TNT for a little while because things are just, it's too crowded and there's too many people, and I just feel incredibly claustrophobic in there, especially during this current time. I also picked up, these are the Taiwanese Chinese cabbage. So I think there is a mainland Chinese variety and then there is a Taiwanese variety. I think I've had both. I can't recall what the difference is in taste, but I got them in a pack of 2. They're pre-packaged, and I'm thinking of doing some kind of like an all-in-one stew or something. And Chinese cabbage goes really well in a stew. Like it tastes good in there. You can also stir fry it, but it's a very wet kind of vegetable and it releases a lot of water. So if you're going to stir fry, it's just going to be a bit of a wet situation. So I prefer to put them in soups and stews. Also picked up a pack of cilantro. I've been really getting into eating cilantro in the past 6 months to a year. I've been buying them, you know, twice a week or sometimes even once a week if the price is good. This was a little bit expensive at the shop, but I was really missing it and I wanted to maybe make some pad thai this week at some point, and this really perks up the flavor. Oh, I'm also making congee, so that will be good in congee as well. I'm defrosting, as we speak, I'm defrosting chicken to make some chicken congee. Okay, let's get into the other thing. I bought a spice pack for beef. So while you can put together your own spice pack for marinating and braising Chinese style meats, it's often just a little easier to buy the pre-packaged spices unless you cook very, very frequently and you keep bits and bobs of everything. This just has the combination of things. Every brand has a slightly different you know, secret recipe, if you will. Some of the core ingredients will always be the same, but it's nice to find one that you like. This one, I'm not sure if I've tried this one before. The packaging looks kind of familiar, but I may have bought one that was for pork and not for beef, but we'll see. So I got one of these, and they often come in a pack of 2. And Mom says they are definitely reusable for 2 to 3 times. Just, you know, ladle it out, kind of rinse it off a little bit, pack it up and put it in the freezer, and next time you marinate or roast again, you can throw the spice pack back in there just fine. Like, unless you're making a huge portion, which I think most people are probably not. I then picked up some more greens. I think this is Shanghainese bok choy. It's the one that are white on the bottom versus the ones that are green. These are ginormous, but they will be good for my greens for this week. Okay. So here's where we get to the other stuff that I paid an arm and a leg for, but I just really like these. Condensed milk. So, do you have a favorite condensed milk brand? I sure do. And it's the one, I don't even know really what the brand is called. Oh, I guess it's Longevity brand. Sweetened condensed milk. I just call it the one with the little old man on the front. It is my favorite. I've tried many different brands, but something about the consistency and the flavor and just, this is the one I really like. But this is also like the most expensive one. So I'm completely out and needed some of that. Okay, here's a fun thought. Actually, hold that thought. I'm gonna show you the other thing first and then this will make sense. I, as you may know, bought a Philips pasta machine, the Viva version, which is the compact variety. So far so good. I've played around with it a couple times, mostly using the base recipe that's included in the manual. Now I want to start tweaking things a bit, and I want to try making some Asian style rice noodles. So for that, I got some rice flour, because clearly rice noodles, you need rice flour. And then I also picked up some tapioca starch, because you'll need that as well. And with these, I think maybe, would I need glutinous rice flour? I might. But other than making rice noodles, I was thinking I could also try making some Cantonese style dumplings. The dough of that, you gotta steam it, and hence I got a little steamer rack. Now I have steamer racks that are just the wires, but this one has holes, and the nice thing about having holes is that the water drains from the bottom, so you can just put a little piece of, I would usually do the oven parchment paper, lay that on top of here, and then you can put your dumplings or whatever you're steaming directly onto here, instead of using the Western style racks and then having to put a plate on top of it. The thing with the plate is that because the plate doesn't drain, if your whatever that you're making releases liquid, it just kind of gathers and gets real soggy. You want something either with holes, or you want a you want a proper bamboo steaming rack. I didn't want to really store and keep a bamboo steaming rack, even though I have all those cabinets up there, so I decided to opt for these, and stainless steel is easy to wash and stuff like that. So that will be if I feel like making something a bit snazzier. So last thing I picked up is some vermicelli. Now there are now so many different brands of vermicelli. I mostly use these, like this type that comes in the small bundles, for the Vietnamese salad rolls. I love those bits, and these are, I think, the better type of vermicelli to put in those. You don't want to use stir-fry vermicelli. I find the bite and the chew is just a bit too much and it's different. I much prefer these, and yeah, picked up one of these. Also overpriced, but also very necessary. So I'm gonna go tidy this up. We've got some housekeeping things to do today. I've been finding that the apartment has just slowly accumulated more and more dust bunnies than I would like to host. So we're gonna do some vacuuming, probably some mopping, if not today, then tomorrow. And then I'm gonna get my face sorted, because I want to film the wrap up of a DIY kind of video. I gotta do like the outro and the final reveal of the calyx shelf. And I've made a little DIY curtain to go over the calyx. But right now it's so messy that it's not presentable for the final shot. So we're gonna do a little tidying over there. I'll catch you later. Alright, so finished filming the video clips I needed to put together this like home DIY video. Been meaning to do that for a while, but finally have all the pieces together. I am not awesome at videos that take many different parts and planning and components that ends up merging together. I'm like a one and done kind of girl, so like once through, one time, one video, and we're good. So anything that's a bit more like fussy, I gotta like psych myself up to do it or else it would never happen. I do want to quickly talk to you about my makeup because I've been meaning to mention this. So I am currently wearing, and I hope the lighting is not too bright, I can adjust it if it is in the computer later on. I'm currently wearing the Bare Minerals Original Powder Foundation in the color Golden Fair W10. Now, this is actually the third time I've been trying out this foundation, like the third go around, and finally learning how to actually apply it, not just how to apply it like we've all heard, makes this look so much better and sit so much better on my skin than the first two trials. If you want all the deets, I think Shelby Wilson is her YouTube channel name. She's done plenty of videos about powder products, but in particular she's got some great ones about the Bare Minerals range. It doesn't really have to be, I think, this particular foundation, but as a whole, how she makes powder products look less powdery and more skin-like, if you will. This now, I like it a whole lot better than what I was doing before. Essentially, I wasn't swirling my brush in the cap until my arm was ready to fall off. Because if you did that, it looks a lot better on your skin. That's just kind of the major tip there. Again, go watch your video. I will link it down below. But I've also changed to a different color. So this color, like I said, is Golden Fair. I had previously gotten a different shade, which I thought would be okay, but didn't look right on my skin. That probably didn't help either, along with the application situation. But now I like it way better. So I still don't know if I love it. I've been looking to get a replacement for my beloved Laura Mercier Mineral Powder Foundation that was in the Square Compact, which they of course discontinued and no longer make. I have not tried the smoothing one, which is in the Circle Compact, but also is like way more expensive than what the original was, so I just never went there. Instead, I've gotten this, and so far it's been fine. Just want something nice and quick. It doesn't give me the same kind of glow though as the original Laura Mercier, so I'm still kind of missing that. I don't know. I might eventually go and have to try the round compact from LM and just see how that works out. On my lips, I've pulled out an older lipstick that I've kind of forgotten about. This is the MAC Nicki Minaj collaboration. Partially got it for the tube. Don't lie, you did too if you like this. This is the Nicki's Nude Amplified Cream Lipstick. Definitely drying out a bit more matte and less creamy. I don't know if it's because I've had this lipstick for quite some time now, but here is the color. It's like a pinky with a dash of coral maybe. Yeah, just like nice and simple. I think I do need to go through my lipsticks though and just start weeding out the ones that have been there for a while. I love buying lipsticks and I love buying foundations, but both of those things of course are liquids and moist and emollient and don't last forever. And like a powder eyeshadow, you know, those shadows you can keep for quite a long time. So just wanted to quickly show you my face. The living room is now a mess because I moved everything I wanted to clean up and get rid of from the shelf onto here temporarily, and really I just need to sort this out. I need to find organization for all my sewing baubles. Like I've got random buttons and snaps and things, and I don't got a system, guys. I need a system so that all my notions and my just sewing bits and bobs are organized in a system. I still gotta mull over that. Maybe I need to just watch some videos from other people and see how they're storing their stuff. But I thought before we go, we should go and check out the chicken congee I've had cooking in the Instant Pot that you saw earlier. Hello, welcome to another Saturday. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, but it might as well be like 11 at night because it is pouring and absolutely miserable weather outside. It's really kind of depressing, to be honest. Like, I'm glad and, you know, feeling really blessed that I don't have to be out there for any reason. I can just hole up in the apartment all weekend, but still, like, it's pretty mood depleting, shall I say, kind of weather. I don't know, are you guys like into the whole moody, rainy weather thing? I'm not sure I am. I got some new lights for the bedroom. I'm also kind of testing them out, so I've just got the lights out in the back. This bedroom, and I don't know if this is the design with a lot of modern places or more modern places, they don't account for ceiling lights. They just assume you want to get a lamp. But what if I don't want to get a lamp? You know, all they've got are just plugs around the place. So I had bought these. You probably can't see them because they're really bright in contrast to, like, the camera auto adjusts for my face. But what's behind me are under cabinet lights, and the ones that link up, so, you know, go under cabinets in the kitchen. I bought them off Amazon. I'll try to link them down below if you're interested, but I decided to put those up because they are smaller and they're easy to mount with just those command Velcro strip things. So that's what I've got holding them up on the wall. I did my best to manage the wires so they just go along the inner edge of that corner there. I don't think it's too bad, but I think it provides a decent amount of light that if I do want to chat with you all in the bedroom when, you know, it's dark, I can still do that, and it's feasible. Anyway, like I said, absolutely pouring outside, so I was thinking it's probably the only good place to be is in the kitchen. So I'm gonna try and look up the recipe I used a couple of weeks ago for 粉蒸肉, which is, I guess you call it powder steam meat, which is kind of what it is, but not really what it is. It's any kind of like protein wrapped up or coated with usually fragrant glutinous rice or sticky rice, powdered, kind of like chunky powder, and you steam it and it's really delicious. I bought some, I think they're Yukon potatoes, to slice and just put between the meat. I'm gonna do pork belly. We'll see how that goes. I gotta go and look up the recipe again. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a clip of the food once it comes out. But yeah, I've been trying to get some Minerva blog post photos done. I am one of their associated bloggers, and I will sometimes receive fabric in exchange for a blog post after I've made something up. It's a great way, I feel like, for me to experiment with fabrics that otherwise probably wouldn't have, you know, purchased myself or tried it out myself, and just like up my skills that way. And also, I guess usually I'll use those for like wearable muslins of stuff. Like, I don't feel quite as precious about them, if you will. And it's interesting. It's a real interesting experience. But I am a little bit behind on my photos, my blog posts. But of course, my the trigger for the camera did a little funny something. I think the battery's out, like those really little batteries in the clickety-click. So I gotta go and, of course, get some more batteries. But I just have not been feeling super creatively motivated. Is that okay? Like, you know? Yeah, and it's not just being tired from work, but just feeling like you want to be a blob. So right now, I'm gonna try and make some food and then spend the rest of the night being a blob. Maybe I'll paint. I don't know. We'll see. I'll talk to you later. Hello everybody, happy weekend. I just made the biggest mess filming the next episode of my monthly workwear capsule wardrobe. I find it does take me quite a while, like after the month has passed, to gather my thoughts and to film the clips and to put it all together, because there's a lot of moving components to it. and it seems like I don't get to putting the video up until like the month after it's passed, you know what I mean? Like, it is now nearing the end of November and I'm just getting to filming my October workwear capsule, but better than none. I'm gonna try to keep it up. Anyways, I have quite a bit of tidying to do, and it's like that weird sunny but not kind of day in the apartment. Deciding what to eat for lunch. Okay, I had a fairly decent breakfast, and then lunch always seems to be the meal where it's like not here nor there. Like, I could make something good, but it's like then you're getting to dinner time and I'd rather put my efforts into dinner instead of spending the time making a fancy lunch, if you will. I need to do, like I said, some tidying up after the filming. And I think I want to do some sewing for my Minerva blogger project, which I'm a little bit behind on. I just took some photos as well since I was filming the Capsule Wardrobe. I took photos of some Minerva stuff, but just all together, I feel a little bit behind. I think I took on a few too many project commitments and just could not keep up and was not in the right headspace and mindset to do a lot of sewing. You know, sometimes things get like that. Even if it's your hobby, actually, it may not be something you turn to all the time when you're like tired or stressed and whatnot. Regardless, I hope you are well. We are currently, like I said, nearing the end of November, and we just got word of new COVID updates in terms of safety protocols. I believe the way it's worded is that mask wearing is not mandatory in all public indoor spaces, or indoor and outdoor, I can't remember. So I might actually spend some more time making some more masks. Not my favorite thing to do by now, but it'd be nice to have some darker colored masks to go with my darker outfits. Is that really vain to think about? Hopefully not. I made a whole set of like a light blue colored one. I don't have it with me, but it's almost like this color of my water bottle. Just for work, I made a set of them so I look consistent and the kids know like it's me all the time. Not that they can't recognize me otherwise, but it'll be nice to have some darker colored ones. I'll see what fabric I can dig up. I have a couple of, I've been sorting through my digital files. Initially, the intention was to declutter, but that's a whole nother story. I've been sorting through some files and found quite a bunch of footage that I had filmed quite a long time ago. Some about Mom's Garden and some about some trips I took quite a while ago. And I'm debating whether or not to put it up. What you guys think? Would you be interested still in watching videos that are like old footage but of like travel and stuff like that, even though they're not recent, just for something different to see? I don't know. You let me know in the comments down below. Okay, I am going to try and tidy up. Whew. Need like a second coffee. I need something. Maybe I'll go make myself a drink and I will catch you a bit later. I want to show you what I've been working on in my personal sewing. I'm about to set up the crafting table for my Minerva blogger sewing, but I had taken this out because I'm hoping to work on this a little bit later after I'm done that. So I wanted to show you first before I get this place all, you know, craft messy. This fabric might look a little bit familiar to you if you had been, what video was it? If you watched my handmade capsule wardrobe. I had this idea to make a mini capsule wardrobe of handmade items, and I had shown a piece of fabric that's the same but just a different color, and it's gorgeous. I still can't remember exactly what is the name of this fabric. Now I want to say it's crepe back satin, and I hope that's correct. But this is the Ogden Cami in the crepe back satin. What I like about this fabric, I'm going to show you a spare piece because it might be easier to see, is that it's got this beautiful shine on one side, which is the satin component of it, but the back is actually like a crepey texture. So it's a much heavier weight satin. It's not like, when you think about satin and you think about maybe sleepwear or loungewear, they're very slippy and they're often very thin and they like produce static and all that. This is quite a weightier satin, the crepe back. So I love that. However, I didn't realize it wrinkles so easily. Like I just ironed it when I was sewing and now it's wrinkly again because I folded it. So that might be an issue. But it is part way done. I made a larger size than I did last time. I think it'll be fine. I just love the shine and the texture of it looks beautiful. I attempted these really skinny loops, turning them with a safety pin. I feel like I really need to get one of those loop turner sets, you know? So I can make these really skinny spaghetti straps. The fabric is a little thick, so the strap is more of a circle or a tube rather than flat. I'll see. Maybe it'll work itself out. But this is the outer of the cami, and it's a V front and a V back. Then the Ogden cami actually has a lining, and I decided to use this doggy print. This is the front. Doggy print lining. So on the inside, it will be doggy print. I think it'd be real cute. I actually cut this lining longer than the original instructions. When I made it the first time, the lining was kind of weird and it fell like right at your bust point, which is just felt weird and made weird lines. So I cut this quite a bit longer, so once it's on, it's almost like a crop cami in itself. So I think that'll be fine. I'm excited to keep working on this, but first, can't do this until I finish up some Minerva sewing. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. It is a lovely day outside and I have managed to sleep in. Actually, I've been this whole week, kind of last week and this week as well, I've started taking more naps. Now, you let me know, are you a nap person or not a nap person? Because for the longest time, I was not a nap person at all. I refuse to nap because napping wastes time and I'd rather take that time to do other things because the time is so precious, especially when you have a 9-to-5 job. But the last couple of days, I've really been just taking the nap when I needed the nap. And actually last night, after I came home from work, I took a nap that was more like a mini sleep rather than a nap. Side note, well, this is also part of last night. I went and bought some frozen dim sum because I was not in the mood or the energy to cook. But of course, I got too tired to steam these up, so I'm having them for breakfast instead. I think most of these are just shrimp. I probably should have put some parchment paper on the bottom. There's like 2 that are siumai, and then I think the rest are just hagao. But I hope you don't mind that I eat while we chat. Oh, hot. Oh. Oh, very hot. Okay, better. So, with the coronavirus being quite elevated in numbers, even over here for the past while, I've decided to stop doing takeout at all, just to play on the safe side. And however, I was really craving some Asian food, so I went to, what was that, Walmart or somewhere? Loads of places probably have these now. In the frozen section, they have frozen, you know, small paltry selection of frozen dim sum. So I bought some of those, and they're not too bad. Like, for what they are, they're really not too bad. Especially since you can't go to restaurants and stuff. I don't know what this one is. I think it's a siumai, but it has something on the top, like that little round thing, other than the shrimp. Not sure what that is. I'll find out. Tofu maybe? Carrots? Not really sure what's on the inside, but it tastes great. Anyway, the point is, while I was steaming the dim sum, I went and did some vacuuming. The apartment, I find during Monday to Friday, is a complete mess. And, well, a complete mess by my standards, because things are just, I use things and I don't put them back, because that extra 10 seconds, I just cannot be bothered, even though it really doesn't take that long. I should get better at that, but currently, I am not. Anyway, what's happening this weekend? It is the last weekend of... I'll move you a little closer. Oh, by the way, the fact that you're rolling is because I bought a new table. I'll talk to you about the table in a little bit. It is a fabulous table. I am so in love with it. I bought it last week. But I think this weekend I'm going to focus on a lot of home stuff. It's been hard to get a sunny day, and so lucky that we have one over the weekend, because Monday to Friday it's just pouring rain, and you know, wind, and so far still no real snow. We had some, but that's only up in like higher elevations. I want to clear out the garden, the balcony garden. A lot of things just need to go. One of my plants grew mildew, and I don't know why, because the apartment isn't really damp as far as I can tell, but there's definitely something funky going on, so I'm just going to get rid of the plant altogether. I really want to try planting in some basil, but indoors. I don't know if that's a great idea or not. I also have these succulents that I've kind of been propagating half-heartedly, and I really want to get them in some like solid material, because I've been propagating them just in water, and I think they just need to go. Like, they need to go into some real stuff. So that's probably going to be most of my weekend. But in terms of filming, last week I filmed the clips for my Capsule Wardrobe, workwear Capsule Wardrobe for October. And like I said before, I do find it takes me about a good week, I wish it was a week, takes me about a good month before I manage to put the video together and all of that. So today I'm hoping to film the talkover, the live intro, and then the voiceover, and then start editing and putting that together. So it won't be too much filming, so I'm glad about that. I've also been looking into getting some warm pants. Okay guys, pants are really important. As much as I, in my head, think it'd be so cute if I was the person who did like the dress or the skirt with the tights and the high boots, and you know, like that cute look. Totally not practical when it's raining, it's cold, you take public transit. Not happening. These are so good for frozen. So good. So I've been shopping around to try and get some either like fleece lined pants or things that are just more double layered. I find it so much easier to layer on your top half, but really hard to find things that's for layering on your bottom half. And I know some people do like tights and then the pants. I don't like that feeling. I rather just prefer one layer of something, but something thicker and more substantial. So from Uniqlo, I ordered the Heat Tech jegging or Heat Tech jeans. I'm gonna try them on after I get myself sorted for filming. I'll try them on together with you and show you guys. But the thing with getting the warm stuff, like the warm clothes are few and far in between to begin with. I find especially for women, and unless you want to do that sporty look, and for work I want to be just a bit more dressy-ish, like dressy casual versus sporty. I've been able to find like fleece lined jogger type of stuff, but I find them too casual for work. So even if I was able to find something warmer for pants for work, then there's a problem of fit because I'm small. So I have to do some alterating for those Uniqlo pants, but it'll be fun. I'll show you guys later. Let me finish my breakfast. Okay guys, excuse the fact that I am like in the vertical view. I'm going to try and compile this in the computer so that like I'm talking to you about these pants while I try on the pants on the other side of the screen. So I want to show you the two Uniqlo warmer pants that I've bought. I don't actually know. I think they're both from their Heat Tech collection. They have different degrees of warmth in Heat Tech. So I'm going to start off with the dressier-ish pair of pants for work. And these are really both for work because that's where I'm going most of the time if I ever head out of the house. If I go grocery shopping and stuff, I dress super sporty casual, so there's really not a point. I'm just in and out of the store and hopefully back home. So this pair is their Smart Ankle Pants. It's in a size small. Now my thing is that I am probably between a small and an extra small. Note that their extra small and smaller have a shorter inseam and are made for people who are shorter than the small and above. So just a little thing right there. These are still a little bit long on me. They don't hit the way that they would hit on the model, and also not the way that they're intended to be. However, they are not awful. The rest of the leg is straight from about knee down, but there's a lot of length from the waist to where the knee is supposed to be. And I think on me, those proportions are just not awesome. But for me, these become a full length pair of pants and they are warmer. So these are the brushed version of the Smart Ankle Pants. They do have stretch. They have hidden elastic at the back. So while it looks flat, there is a bit of give back here, which is great. This says it is for a size 26 to 27 inch waist for their small. I have the dark gray. This was on sale. It is, because it's brushed, it does feel a little bit warmer. This feels more like a flannel, but it doesn't have any cotton content. It is polyester, rayon, and spandex. So, I mean, look, there's a lot of things about these pants I like. It's got back waist dart shaping. It's got, there's waist darts right here. It's got back pockets. It's got belt loops, which is really important for me because then I can wear with a belt should I want to, and I often do. Pants with belt loops but no belt just looks a little bit weird. So this pair is the gray with window pane stripes, and they also have a navy one. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It is a pair of long pants that is warmer and I can wear to work, so I will take it for what it is for 20 bucks Canadian. So that's this pair of pants right here. Then let me show you the warmer level up Heat Tech, These are their Heat Tech Extra Stretch High Rise jeans in the 26-32 sizing. So 26 being the waist, 32 being the length. Now, they didn't have other length options, so they're all 32 inches, and my inseam sure isn't 32. It's more like a 29, 28, 29, so these are way long. But by the looks of them, the rest of the leg is fairly straight from the knee down. But again, their idea of knee hits below my knees, which is not awesome, but better than being frozen. So I will take it. The bottom, the rest of the leg towards the bottom is straight, which does mean I can just cut it and then do my own hem, which is fine. These are, because of the Heat Tech, they're actually, again, flannel-like lining in the back. They are warmer and more flannel-y. Here, I'll show you the bum side. Than the other work pants. They look like jeans, but they're really more like a jegging. They have all the top stitching detail, the exposed button, and all of that. I actually wish they would make these in a exposed button fly. I think that'd be so cool. I love button fly pants. But anyways, these are the 26. I think the fit is okay. It is better than the other smart ankle pants. I will trim them on the bottom. I'll do it myself. That's okay. The hips are a good fit. Also for mobility, I would not necessarily get them any smaller. Can I fit into a 25? Probably, but the 26 offer me good smooth fit in the hips. The waist is slightly too large, as is with most pants on me, but I am in the market for a good belt, and I think that will solve the problem. And these are actually warm, and they are a dark wash. They do have a black pair, which I might end up getting. They're 50 bucks. They bought the regular price. I was desperate for warmth going outdoors, and these will do. They are a 61% cotton, about 19% rayon, acrylic, polyester, spandex. There's a lot of materials happening in here, but overall I think they will work fine with a bit of tweaking. They are a bit roomy in the back of the thigh, but otherwise I think they're just dandy.